How's it going, guys? My name is Jakefog and welcome back to episode number 71 of my Football Manager 2020 journey, here today with Leeds United, and today we're starting on the profile of Ole Söderberg, and well, you may have seen the title. I turned down a £220 million bid. It came from City. I'll put it up on the screen right now. See, it was a tough one. You may have already seen this because I tweeted about it. I tweeted the exact screenshot I've just put on screen. And also, if you don't already follow me on Twitter, please do feel free to so at Jakefog. Link is down in the description. And I really did not know what to do. And ultimately, I mean, you can tell by the fact he's still playing for me. And, well, you can tell by the title. I ended up rejecting it. Now, I think in any other circumstances, I would have absolutely snapped Man City's hand off. But I don't know, it's just because with this most likely being the last season of this save, with this guy being arguably one of the best box-to-box midfielders in the world. I mean, if you just look at his history for me, the last two seasons he's played 35 games in both of them, a 7.35 average rating and a 7.27 average rating. And I mean, he is just the perfect box-to-box midfielder. And I find box-to-box midfielders so hard to come by. And it wasn't particularly early in the transfer window, so I didn't really have time to sort a replacement. And would I have been able to get a replacement that would have performed as well or potentially even better than him? And honestly, I think that the answer was no. And like I said, if this was, 2-3 seasons ago, or I still had plenty of time to go, I would have taken it. I would have absolutely snapped Man City's hands off. But it's just the fact that with this being potentially the last season, most likely will be the last season with Football Manager 21 just around the corner. And I want to win the league. I want to win the Champions League this season. I want to try and go out with a bang. It just made absolutely no sense to sell who is 100% the best player at the club. And yeah, so ultimately, I decided to reject it. Whether I'll come to regret that decision, possibly. I mean, obviously I could have upgraded the squad in other areas, but then it's kind of like you want them to gel. I don't want to have a complete overhaul of the squad because all of a sudden I've got 220 million to spend. But yeah, that's a decision that I ended up taking. Did I make the right decision? Please let me know your thoughts down in the comments section down below. I know it seems crazy to reject a £220 million bid in any circumstance, but I just feel like it was the best option. But yeah, a very, very long-winded intro there. We're well into the season right now. We've played plenty of games, so without further ado, let's talk you through what you've missed. So to kick off the season, we took on Sheffield United at home, and we came out of the blocks absolutely flying. Söderberg scoring the first goal to open the scoring, his first game after that bid was rejected. Vignato then put us 2-0 up from the penalty spot, and on the half-hour mark, Panzo got us a third, and the scoring did not stop there. 36 minutes in, a poor clearance from the goalkeeper. Vignato headed it down to Hermoso, drives through, finds the bottom corner. You truly love to see it. Sheffield United, they did manage to get one back. Pavlenka was injured, so I've had to start with a not quite as good keeper, and it kind of showed a little bit there. Not the best save from Jake Scott, the young goalkeeper. Fortunately, he doesn't have to play anymore for me, but we did round off the scoring late on. Kelvin Ibrahim at the near post in the 89th minute to round off what was a fantastic start to the season, a dominant display. Only 2 shots for Sheffield United, scoring with their only shot on target, 23 shots for us, 16 on target, and a 5-1 win. You love to see it. And after a great start, we followed it up with a 0-0 draw against Birmingham, with Bruno Costa missing a penalty in the 88th minute. Not much to say about this other than just disappointing. We just could not find the back of the net, but it is what it is. But it's so frustrating to drop points so early on in the season. And then after that, we travelled to Bournemouth. Thankfully, no 0-0 draw here. Ibrahim kicking off the scoring with a volley from Tolga's corner. And then we gave ourselves a 2-goal lead. Barrientos out on this right-hand side strikes it across goal. What a finish that was. And just as I started to think we were getting a little bit comfortable, Madeira bears through on goal. And then, poor goalkeeping from Jake Scott, the young goalkeeper who's just kind of been forced into the side due to Pavlenka's injury to start the season. But we did manage to regain our 2-goal advantage. Panzo on the edge of the box, volleying in with his weaker right foot, But we didn't make it easy for ourselves, and not very long after we scored, just a couple minutes in fact, Bournemouth did manage to grab themselves a second, but fortunately that was the end of the scoring. Finished with a 3-2 win. Again, a fairly dominant performance, and we got the win. A little bit scrappy, but a win's a win. And then we faced our toughest challenge of the season so far, Manchester United at home. We got ourselves off to the dream start. Vignato heading in just after a minute had gone, but then just after half-time, Man United did manage to get a very, very scrappy goal back. The ball just bouncing around all over inside our 6-yard box, but then a big ball over the top from Bruno Costa to Hermoso, takes it round the keeper and finishes into the empty net. But we were not done there. And just put the rounding touches on a nice win. Hermoso shot is saved, but Vignato from a very, very tight angle manages to just squeeze it into the back of the net. 3-1 win at home to our biggest rivals, Manchester United. Not too shabby. And then everything has started to go a little bit downhill. 0-0 draw against Fulham. I mean, on the positive, we didn't concede, but we didn't score either. Again, a fairly dominant display, but we just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Incredibly frustrating day at the office, and even more points dropped already. Then we travelled to Lazio for our first Champions League game of the season. Lazio took the lead in the 27th minute, and that was that. That was the end of it. And I've also just remembered I made a signing. I signed Buendia. He was on the transfer list, 24 million. He's a backup option for Vignato. So, that happened as well. But back to completely forgot about that. But back to this game against Lazio. You can see a little bit of rotation went on. I kind of took this game a little bit for granted. In my eyes, out of the group that we have, actually, I can talk about the group as well. So our group is Zenit, Lazio and Celtic. A fairly easy group, but in my eyes, Lazio away is the toughest game of all of those. In reality, I should be able to win all of them, but Lazio is the toughest, and we had a horrible run of fixtures, so I took the executive decision to rest a few players for Lazio. Honestly, I thought we'd get the result, but I guess Lazio is kind of, in my eyes, it's almost like our free hit. It's the game that I don't think we necessarily need to win, so that's kind of my reasoning for, having a weaker team and losing. But yeah, frustrating nonetheless. I thought that the team that I put out would be good enough to win, but I'm not too downhearted because I think we should still be able to qualify out of our group fairly comfortably. And then back to the Premier League. Another 0-0 draw. Yeah, we missed a penalty in the 25th minute. And, this was a dull game. We had 8 shots. Brighton had 3. And, Brighton dominated possession. And it's frustrating. Like I said with the Fulham game, I'm happy that we're not conceding, but the fact that we're not scoring is a little bit concerning. It just kind of feels like something's not really clicking at the moment. And hopefully, maybe it's just because, I've brought in I've got 3 forwards. I've got a left winger, a right winger and a striker. I've got rid of my starting left winger, brought in a brand new one. Maybe once he settles, it should get a little bit easier. Soderbergh was unhappy because I rejected his move to Man City, but now he's not unhappy anymore. So hopefully now everything's going to kind of start working. I'm just hoping that it'll start working. But yeah, 0-0 draw against Brighton in the league, and that's our 3rd draw in 6 games. I'm not even going to show the highlights for this one. EFL Cup 3rd round. I played a fully rotated side. Nina Hasway dropped an absolute stinker with a 5.2. But we did dominate the game. We just couldn't do anything going forward. And Sheffield United took the chances that they had, and they won 3-0, and we're out of the EFL Cup, a tournament I really did not care about. Obviously, it would have been nice to win it and then do the quintuple with the Community Shield, League Cup, FA Cup, Champions League, Premier League. I'm just going to have to settle for quadruple now, unfortunately. But yeah, a little bit annoying, but I'm not too bothered because not a single one of these players is going to start in the game today. So this is our start to the season. You can see it started off hot, and then, we've not scored a single goal in the month of September yet. And today we take on Manchester City, who, if we go look at the Premier League table, they're absolutely flying. They've scored 23 goals in 6 games. They've conceded 3. They've won all of their games. We're currently sat in 6th, which isn't terrible, but we're already 6 points behind the leaders, which is far from ideal. But we do play them today in the first game. They've got Zenit in the Champions League. And I actually have got a couple things that I want to talk about. First up, we have Antonio Ahumada. I spent far too long trying to pronounce his name. 21-year-old Argentinian. You may remember we signed him quite a while ago for 3.5 million. Didn't have a work permit, so we sent him out on loan to Cultural Leonese, where he actually played quite a lot of football for them. He did have his work permit last season, but I sent him on loan because he didn't really have a place in my team. He went to Alaves, played 36 games in La Liga, 6.68 average rating. Not the best, not the worst, but yeah, hopefully he's going to be like my 3rd, 4th choice centre-back. Hopefully now he can really kick on and start to develop a little bit. He's already a fairly decent player. He's very, very tall. What's that, 197 centimetres? So he's like 6'7", possibly, 20 jumping reach. Only 21 years old. He's still got a lot of room to grow. So yeah, he should be a decent backup option. And then the other player I want to talk about is Mahmoud Hassan, an Egyptian right back. Wonder kid, very, 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 very good. Again, this is a player we signed a while ago, 800k. We sent him out on loan for 2 seasons. Eventually, he actually got a work permit because of how much he played for Egypt. So once he got that work permit, I did recall him, but I decided to send him out on loan last season. He went to Cadiz in La Liga, played half a season there. Didn't do great, but Cadiz were terrible. I had match reports on for him, and every single game it was just like, oh, sorry, he's lost. Oh, sorry, he's lost. Oh, Cadiz have just lost 6-0. So they're a bit bad. I'm sure they must, they got relegated. Are you surprised? I am not. But yeah, he should be a good backup option. My 3rd choice right back's gone out on loan, so hopefully once I've trained him to play that wing back role, he can do it quite effectively. His crossing and dribbling aren't the best. They're not terrible. He's a much more of a kind of defensive-minded fullback, but hopefully through training I can get him a little bit more attacky. He's very quick, good physically, decent mentals, and he's got some good technicals. Currently 2.5 star with 5-star potential, so a player that I am very, very excited about. But finally, let's get into this game against Manchester City. Absolutely massive game. High-flying Manchester City. They're looking absolutely unstoppable at the moment, and we are going to change absolutely everything from that last game. Let me just double check. Yep, I mean, look at that. That is nice seeing pretty much everyone on 100% condition. I'm just going to bring him onto the bench, and I'll bring Ibrahim onto the bench ahead of Louis Montagnu as well. But apart from that, I think I'm pretty happy with that starting 11. So it's going to be Pavlenka in goal, Franceschi and Bene at the back with Phillips just in front of them, Panzo at left wing back, Barrientos at right wing back, Fernandez and Söderberg in the middle, Tolga on the left, Vignato on the right, and Hermoso up top as that pressing forward. Let's proceed to the game. Come on, boys. Manchester City, 23 goals in 6 games, averaging just under 4 goals a game. If we can keep a clean sheet here, that'll be absolutely fantastic. You'll be keen to avenge what happened against Manchester City last time, so go out there and take revenge. Can't remember what happened last time, but it sounds good. Come on, let's see what we can do. Can the defence hold up? Our defence has been very, very solid this season. It's just we've not been able to score the goals that we needed. And 15 minutes into this game, no highlights as of yet. Manchester City haven't even managed a shot. And I mean, that's something to be proud about. But early on, it looks like we are having the slight better of the game. Half an hour in, it looks like a very cagey affair. Just 3 shots in the entire game. With a slightly edging possession. This is a terrible first half. This is boring. Come on, do okay. Right, okay, into the second half we go. Can they give him a little touchline shout? Get creative? Are you going to do something? Are we going to have a highlightless game? Please don't have a highlightless game. Just something happen. Something. I'll take a 0-0 draw against City, but I don't want a 0-0 draw. Let's get Bruno Costa on. Let's get Buendia on that right-hand side, see if he can do something. Someone, hello? Is anything going to happen? Anything at all? Literally anything. Come on. There's 5 minutes left in this game and we've not had a highlight. Come on. we've got a highlight, we've got a corner. Soderberg plays it into the far post. Hermoso scores the first highlight of the game, the second minute of 2 minutes of injury time, and we may have just snatched the win at the last possible moment. Wow. And there we go. I can't believe it. I cannot believe that at all. What has just happened there? What? I mean, wow. Well, the most boring game that I've ever witnessed on this game. One highlight in the entire match. There was one highlight, and we scored from it. Wow. Well, what a win. And I also forgot to do my usual. If you are enjoying today's video, please do be sure to drop a like. Drop a like for Hermoso scoring in the final minute. What a player. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new around here or you are not yet subscribed. And I don't even know what to say. Oh, mate, that is absolutely phenomenal. Oh, wow. Has any more games been played? No, they have not. We do play Zenit next, so I'm just going to rest up the boys. Training, give them a little rest for one day. And let's see how the rest of the fixtures pan out for the day. Real Madrid are after Hermoso. They're going to have to bid me. Well, I suppose I'm not even going to bother selling him. I'm just going to probably reject any bids that come in for him. What other results have there been in the league today? It's not been the most exciting day. Man United got a draw, which is good. Chelsea got a draw also, which is good. Liverpool are playing Birmingham. Birmingham have beaten Liverpool. Jesus. Arsenal against West Ham. Can West Ham? No, West Ham cannot nick a result. So that is how the table is now looking. We sit very happily in third place now, just 3 points off the top of the league. You love to see it. Wolves in second place. They are doing very, very well. They're Chelsea in fourth. Fulham as well. Fulham are having a great season. Brighton aren't doing too bad either. And I am very, very happy with that. But anyway, we do have Zenit next in the Champions League, so I'll see you in just a moment for that game. Right, so we are back ready to take on Zenit, our second game in this year's Champions League. I'm going to make a few changes. Bruno Costa is going to start. Alphonso Davies is going to play left wing back. He needs a little bit of match fitness, so I think this is a good game to try and give him it in. And I'm also going to start Buendia out on that right-hand side. But apart from that, everything will remain the same. Actually, do I want to start? I'm going to start Ibrahim up top. So it's going to be Pavlenka in goal, Franceschi and Bene at the back with Phillips just in front of them. Davis left wing back, Barrientos right wing back, Bruno Costa and Soderberg in the middle. Tolga on the left, Buendia on the right, and Ibrahim up top as that lone striker. And hopefully we can put in a slightly better performance with a stronger team, admittedly, than we did against Lazio. Let's see. We are favourites here. Go out there and give the fans a performance to cheer for. Didn't really care that much for that. But the game has now started. Be interesting to see how we perform, because obviously Zenit, they're a decent side, but I think that we should be a lot better than them with a full-strength team as well. Well, not pretty much full-strength team. As Alphonso Davies drives into the box and smashes it home at that near post, into that near top corner. 9 minutes in, we've taken a 1-goal lead. Already much better than what we saw against Lazio. Already, I guess, a more entertaining game than the City game. We've actually had a highlight before the 92nd minute. Great strike from Davis. Poor goalkeeper, who we disappointed to have been beaten there at his near post. But yeah, not too shabby as we take the lead. It looks like we're performing fairly well, as that is a dreadful throw. I'm assuming that we put that out for an injury and they were just throwing it back to us. Otherwise, that is the worst throwing that I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Davis loses the ball, but Bruno Costa picks it up and drives forward. He gets tackled, but Davis picks up the loose ball, goes inside to Soderberg. Phillips finds Barrientos out on this right-hand side. Can he beat his man? Pulls it back to Buendia, plays it into the box. It's headed clear, but Bruno Costa is there. Tolga, is he going to go for goal? He is, but he can only hit the side netting. A poor strike from the young wonder kid, the £60 million man that so far I've not really seen a right lot of why I should have paid that much money for him, but hopefully he just needs to get a little bit more settled in, and once he does get settled in, he'll be great. As Ibrahim nicks the ball, he's bearing down on goal. That is a dreadful save from the keeper, but Ibrahim puts us 2-0 up, his 5th goal of the season. He's having a very, very good start to this season. It's causing me a very big headache between him and Hermoso. Obviously, Hermoso scored the winning goal against City, but the keeper got a hand to it, but Ibrahim, great work for him to nick the ball off the defender and bear down on goal and grab ourselves our 2nd goal of the game. Right, Söderberg over the free kick, plays it in and just evades everyone, goes straight through to the keeper. But can we win it back? He goes long. We just kind of ignore the man. Hello. I mean, what was that? Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, he just got through completely unmarked, just unchallenged. He just kind of was like, you know what, go on, let me have that ball. Pavlenka hesitated, didn't come for it, he took it round him, and Drissy could not miss, and that is frustrating. That is a very, very frustrating way to concede as well. Oh, come on, as we're approaching half-time, will there be another goal before half-time? It's not looking like, not even another highlight before half-time. 1 shot for Zenit in that first half, 1 goal, but apart from that, it's been a very, very good performance. I'm just going to say I'm happy with how things are going. Keep it up. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Let's go at them in this second half. Get an early goal, settle those nerves, restore that 2-goal lead. As we're approaching the hour mark in the game, and, well, not much is happening in this second half, which I do not really like, as we've got a throw-in. It's Alphonso Davies to take. Goes to Costa, who somehow keeps the ball. Great ball from Tolga. Ibrahim, through on goal, hits the post, goes for that near post again, and he beat the keeper, but he could not beat the post. As the highlight is continuing here, Bennett out to Buendia out on this right-hand side, wins the header. Now Bruno Costa picks up the loose ball in midfield. Bruno Costa, great ball to Barrientos out on this right-hand side. What's he going to do? He's going alone. Barrientos, what a goal from the right wing-back. Unbelievable little run. Jinking and jangling, is that even a term? Probably not. But looked like a nice little bit of work from him out on this right-hand side. Let's watch it back. Great ball from Bruno Costa. Keeps it in play, pulls it back. He's just going left to right, left to right, left to right. Great finish to beat the keeper there. And with 15 minutes left, is it time to start making some changes? Possibly. But I don't really want to change how it's going at the moment. I don't want to risk anything. We're playing well. Söderberg shoots. What a goal, Ole Söderberg. Now I think it's safe to make some changes. Söderberg can come off, get Fernandez on in the middle, switch Bruno Costa out to that box-to-box midfielder. Let's give Amuda some game time. You know what? Let's get Galeno on as well on this right-hand side. He's not played much football for me recently. We've got a 3-goal lead. I'm pretty confident that we will be able to hold on to it. Famous last words. As there is actually a highlight going on here. I think this is probably just a highlight because I made a substitution, and now if they score from this, I'm going to look very, very silly. As Till into Drissy, Phillips is there and clears it out for a throw-in. And there is actually a highlight from the throw-in. Davis, can he win the ball back? No, he cannot. The ball somehow squeezes through. Drissy looking for a second call of the game, hits the post, and Galeno just hoofs it clear. And that is going to be the end of that highlight as time is ticking away. Just 10 minutes left. Well, 5 minutes left now. It's been a solid performance from us. Zenit have hardly had a sniff. It's Bruno Costa over the free kick. Can we make it 5? It's headed clear. And Amuda picks it up. Barrientos out to Galeno on this right-hand side. Heads it back to Amuda, the centre-back. Barrientos. What can he do with it? Takes it past his man. Can he pick out a man in the middle? Pulls it back to Phillips. It's about 35-40 yards out. Goes all the way back to the centre-back now. Barrientos, that's a great ball. He's got a lot of space. Can he find someone in the mid? I mean, what has happened there? The ball somehow finds its way to Kelvin Ibrahim. Slots home his 2nd goal of the game. I'm not sure what happened there. Was that the keeper? Was that a defender? Did everyone just ignore it? Oh, the defender slid it into the keeper and it just fell very nicely to Ibrahim and he could not miss. He had the goal at his mercy. And it looks like that is going to be that 5-1 on the day. A fantastic performance. You love to see it. Very happy with the result and the way that you played. Good stuff, fellas. Good stuff. That's much better than the first game of our Champions League season. And all in all, a very, very successful episode. What do I want to do for the next episode? I might... possibly that second Lazio game in the Champions League. Obviously, you've got 2 games against Celtic. So I think Lazio is probably a good time to come back. Gives me plenty of time to get through a lot of games in the meantime. But anyway, that is where I'm going to finish off today's episode. As always, thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do be sure to leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. And I'll catch you in the next episode.